Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I have 4 stories for episode 6 of r/IDontWorkHereLady. So hit that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and let's get into it. I got fired. I'm not sure if it belongs here. I just wanted to share this experience that happened a few years ago. One day when I was in college, a teacher for a 3-hour class took a leave. My classmate said she posted it on Facebook, but I was one of those unlucky individuals who hates social media and failed to get the notice. Now I'm at school too early and have nothing to do for the next 3 hours. I decided to go to a nearby mall. Common rule was that they are not allowed to let students come in during school days if they are wearing our school uniform. So I took off my school uniform and wore just my plain white t-shirt, black pants, and dress shoes. The mall will open in 15 minutes, so I just stood by the entrance and wait for it to open. A guard approached me and told me that I could use the employee entrance. I thought she just allowed me as an exception because it was rather hot that day and I was visibly melting under the sun, so I thanked her and entered through the side. It's my first time entering through the employee entrance, and so I was looking around and a little lost where to go next. A staff approached me angrily. I was not really attentive because I was caught off guard, but I think she was a manager of some sorts based on her uniform. Manager: "You're late. How many times do I have to tell you guys to come on time?" Me: "I'm sorry, ma'am, but She immediately cut me off to continue her rant. Manager: Reasons! What excuses are you going to tell me now? And you think you can sneak in again without me noticing, huh?" Me: "But, ma'am." Manager: But, no more buts. You have just been here for a few days and you've already gotten into so much trouble. Go punch in your card now, quick, or I'll get you fired this instant." Me, shuffling my bag, reaching for my school ID, hoping to show her instead. Manager: "Time, card. Are you deaf or just stupid? Don't tell me you forgot it again." Manager: "You know what? You're fired. Get your face off here. You're fired." I turn back and walk away. It's my fault because I entered the wrong side, but that was a really scary experience. It had been a wake-up call for me to work hard to finish my degree. I don't want to end up in that kind of situation if I was an actual employee. I don't know if she actually had the power to fire a subordinate like that, but the way she screams, I think she actually can. Up to this day, I don't know if she even realized I was not even an employee in the mall. I hope the poor guy who was supposed to be the target for her anger didn't get into so much trouble because of my stupidity. Rude mother at Walmart yells at deaf girl. This happened when I was 20-ish, before 21 because I'm American and wasn't old enough to buy alcohol, so yeah. I was at Walmart looking at the books while I waited for my friend to get off work so I could drive her home. Just typical browsing, looking at the covers and then putting them back, etc. There were no other boxes or overstock near me, so it wasn't plausible that I was stocking the shelves. I was also wearing black leggings and a college logo t-shirt, so wasn't even in a uniform. I'll add in what was approximately said when someone was there to clue me in. Being deaf, I didn't hear anyone saying anything or even walking up behind me. I did, however, feel a finger tapping me on the shoulder. I turned around and looked at the woman with a questioning look on my face. She was talking at me, but I had no idea what she was saying. I tried to tell her I'm deaf and I can't hear her by pointing at my ear and shaking my head. She looked at me and reached at my ears. I later found out she thought I had headphones in and was trying to yank them out. This was before true wireless earbuds and no visible wires, so I naturally recoil and back away. This pissed her off. She started yelling. You can tell when someone starts yelling even if you can't hear them. Apparently she was yelling, "Don't act like you can't hear me, little person. You need to do what I say or you're fired." I still had no idea what was going on, so I started to walk away. She grabbed me by the shoulders roughly and started screaming again. "Don't walk away from me. I'm going to get your manager and get you fired." She then starts yelling for her manager. My friend comes back and signs to me asking what was going on. I shook myself free of the woman and told my friend I didn't know. The woman started yelling that we were now flashing gang signs and were planning to kill her. Yeah, the two obvious middle upper class white girls totally in a gang. My friend tries to explain. My friend is deaf and can't hear you. Please, leave us alone. Before the mom could say more, her son walks up and says he's ready to go. His mom starts yelling about how she's not going anywhere until she gets the alcohol out of the locked cabinet. Figures. A manager walks up shortly after and asks what's going on. The mom says that I was rude, ignoring her, and not doing my job. Manager says I don't work there, but he's happy to help. She doesn't believe him and wants the store manager. The assistant manager is on duty, so he gets called out and says the same thing, that I don't work there. The mom rolls her eyes and my friend and I walk away. All the while she's yelling at me to get back there and do my job and how it's a conspiracy to make her look stupid. She did that just fine by herself. On our way out, we see her being escorted out by police officers in handcuffs. Apparently, she pushed one of the workers. I was asked if I also wanted to press charges for assault, but I didn't care and didn't want her getting locked away for too long since I didn't know if she was a single mother or not, and going into the system sucks, so I didn't want the kid to get overly punished. My friend disagreed with me but understood my reasoning. Took me 2 months before I was able to go back into a Walmart by myself. I'm not robbing this house, and I'm not a gardener either. This is my own house. We moved into a new house a few years ago. 2 days after we get settled in, it's a gorgeous day and I'm out tending the garden. If you live in Louisiana, you'll realize that nice days are few and far in between. It's hot and muggy. About 30 minutes after I start, this woman walks beside the house. She compliments my garden and asks how much my services cost. So I told her, "Ma'am, I don't do services." About this time, my husband walks out and puts something into the car. So all's perfectly fine, right? No, this woman decides to call the police and tell them we are robbing the place. I don't know if her watching my husband caused that thinking as he was pulling stuff out of the house and into the vehicle or what. We were new neighbors, moved in like a few days prior, so you'd think she would have seen us moving. 3 cops show up a few minutes after she left. We didn't know she called the cops. They pull up while both of us are wondering what the hell happened. Maybe someone we knew died or our kid got arrested. Neither. They said we were called in as an active burglar. We had to prove it was ours. She didn't even talk to us about or mention robbery, although I guess in the moment she just lost it. People are crazy here. I'm the owner's stepson, not your personal server. Until about a year ago, my stepmom owned a restaurant cafe hybrid. My dad and I would often run errands or go shopping and unload the car for her, so I knew all of her employees and a lot of the regulars since I spent so much time there. The people enjoyed me being there and I enjoyed being around them, sometimes ensuring a bigger tip for the waitresses. But sometimes the customers aren't so nice. One day I ran an errand for my stepmom, and after delivering her stuff, she told me to grab some cake and soda from the counter in the front. I thanked her, greeted some people I knew, and went behind the counter to grab my stuff and sat down at a table. Now, I get that going behind the counter may have given off the idea of me working there, however, my clothing was completely different. The regulars knew I was never actually employed or worked there, I just ran errands, which isn't always apparent. After sitting down, I start reading my book and eating my cake. Shortly after, this woman tapped me on the shoulder hard. I turn around to see this woman in seemingly her late 40s. "Why haven't you served me yet? And why did you take food for your own? That's illegal." I gave her a smile and told her I was related to the owner, and just grabbed a bite to eat before going back home. I hadn't had any sleep the prior night, so I was already annoyed at anything and everything. She stared at me and said, "Well, if you're related to the owner, you must serve me, as I'm a customer." Ma'am, I am a customer just like you. "No, you were behind the counter, therefore you're working." I sighed and just got up, asked one of the waitresses if she could grab me a box from the kitchen, and left, with the cake in my backpack and the lady still screeching for me to come back and serve her. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it. Don't forget to join my Discord if you want to submit your own story or just be part of the LaughNapkin community. And please, consider subscribing as it helps me out big time.